Yes, sir. It's your boy B Hayes. We back with another one, guys. So AMC is sitting at $16.85, up over 10% on the day, guys. Solid day on today. We already know the haters in the back got something to say still. But anyways, guys, like I told you guys, I expected for this week to be a great week for the overall market in AMC. Of course, this is not the only thing that's going to give us the price action that we're seeing, but we know catalysts, certain events that's upcoming can give us some traction to start building upon before explosion, guys. We know earnings will be held on August the 4th, Thursday of this week. I told you guys I was expecting for a run up in anticipation of good earnings, and as soon as earnings is reported, we could see a drop off in price action, but hopefully we'll be able to pick up steam and get right back in motion and on track, guys. Usually when earnings are reported, whether they're good or they're bad, we usually see a negative reaction with AMC and other securities for that matter. That's usually what happened with the psychological points of the market, but sometimes it'll come as in the shock. The earnings way better than expectations. The price was already moving up in a good momentum prior to earnings, and things was already expected to have the reaction for the stock to do the opposite of what everybody else was thinking. I mean, everybody is expecting for earnings to come in either way and for the stock to make one reaction, which is come down. And a lot of the times, sometimes the market will mix things up and they'll send that stock flying while everyone was expecting for the opposite to happen. So like I told you guys, I'm expecting for a continuation up into earnings. Hopefully by Thursday, we could at least peak and hit that 20 or the high $19 territory, guys, because like I told you guys, it wouldn't take much at all for us to get back to $17, $18 territory. And what you seeing now, you almost seeing 17. When you is seeing 17, ain't what the price of AMC is? Well, close to 17, $16.86. So I told you guys, once we broke $15.66, this thing was going to fly straight to the $17, $18 territory. If you take a look at the chart, you see this morning, as soon as we broke through $15.80, we flew straight to the 16s, the mid 16s. And basically that pivot point was at 1565. It's just not showing correctly on the chart that, you know, that was the main point that we had a breakthrough before we seen the upside potential that we're seeing now, guys. So as we can see, the overall market is doing fairly well as well, guys, especially some of the bangers that we done called out. Carvana, if you got up in on that, guys, you're doing extremely well right now. Carvana is sitting at $32.50. This bad boy could come down. It's now nearing the resistance points where a lot of day traders, short-term investors will start to sell off Carvana, and then you could rinse and rebuy, guys. But you can't always, you know, nobody knows exactly what any market or security is going to do. So Carvana is still dirt cheap, even though it's approaching a resistance level where it could sell off, but it's still dirt cheap. So that make it possible for Carvana to blast straight through that resistance and run up and double up from where it currently is, and it still would be cheap at 60. So it's just insane how hard these individual securities in the overall market has been hit during these times, guys. Deals on top of deals is out there. So anyways, AMC is looking good, guys. We're looking for another little push come towards power hour with AMC after a little pullback, because of course after running up the way we did today, it's going to be a pullback towards lunchtime, 12 to 1 o'clock. We could expect a pullback, and if we don't, know that you better be getting as much as you can, because we're going into a